Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream. It's a really nice day, and the day is actually on the downside. I've been doing something for the channel, but something that I can't put on the channel right now. But I wanted to talk about something else entirely different, but let me show you what's going on today.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. Product review time. I've got a camera system that I'm sticking on the truck, and I was recording the opening and stuff like that. But it's a really nice day out. The humidity is really low. Again, I don't really care about high humidity, but it's a nice change, I guess. You know, I'm wearing long pants today. It was about 77 degrees. Everybody's out mowing their lawn. I need to mow mine. I'll do that tomorrow. It'll be about 80 then. But one of the things that I've always been wanting to do is install a backup camera that I had for the truck. Let me show it to you. This thing here, Heidi bought this for me because on my F-150 I had a backup camera that was a real small screen. It was only like 3-inch, I think. This goes on the license plate bracket, and it's nice. I mean, it does a really good job. I was very happy with it. I don't know if they still have these, but I'll put a link down below if I can find them. I'm sure there's some level, some form. I actually did a full video on this. Matter of fact, I'll put a link for that video up above. You can take a look at it. But what this does is obviously let you see what's behind you. And I did use it to back up my truck and connect to the trailer whenever we first got it, the RV when we first got it. Well, the thing I didn't like about it is it's wireless, and it does a very good job, as far as being wireless. However, there's just one camera, just one. And I was thinking for the longest time how I could get another one installed somehow on the back of the RV and tie it in wirelessly also, but they're really not made for that. So here this sets. You can see the dust on it, and well, again, there it sets. So that's what I'm doing. I'm installing a backup camera, a real backup camera, and again, we'll be doing a video on this. There's the monitor mounted in there, kind of gawky, kind of big, but it's worth it, I think. We'll talk about that later. But I wanted to talk about a different kind of camera. You guys, most of the video that I shoot, I've talked about it all the time, is almost always on this action cam. It's easy. It's easy. However, there's been times that we've been out, or I've been out, and I've used my phone. For example, whenever we were RV shopping, which that turned into a wash, didn't it? One of the places we were at, the action cam actually ran out of battery power, and I had to switch to my phone. And right away I noticed one of the limitations to the phone wasn't so much the quality of the image or the battery power or anything like that. That was fine. It was the image itself and the range. Like right now, I've got my elbow tucked into my body and I can touch the lens. I'm very, very close to the camera, but look, you can see, all behind me, and kind of keeps you encompassed in the shot. So that was my problem with the phone, but I've got that corrected, I believe. Now, the other day, whenever I was at the gas station, I ran into that motorhome. You guys remember that motorhome? And I was doing a quick shot of it, and I was using my phone. And the phone, very good phone. I love the camera. It's quick. It does a good job. You can kind of see the image. I mean, everything about it's fine. I can zoom in since it's got a couple different lenses. Again, it does a really good job. Been very happy with it. But I was cutting off part of my shots, like when I was talking about the airbag system on his van or his motorhome. I'd even realized that I was missing a lot of the picture. I've got this case now that is special for a lens. Here's the lens. You can see it comes with a cover on this end. It does not come with a cover on this end, but it's pretty simple. There's a couple of little lines that you line up. There's a line up top here. There's a line on the lens, and this just goes on the case.
Okay, here is what I found on the web.
My phone talked to me. So the two lines just line up. You put it down in the hole, and then you give it a twist, and then it stops. It's basically a quarter of the way around, and then pull the cover off. You could pull the cover off prior if you want, But that's it. Now, what I found is it's definitely a heavy lens. This is very good optics on this lens, and it's heavy. It makes the camera heavy. So if you've got a gimbal or something, you're going to have to do some counterbalance stuff, that's for sure. But let's go ahead and try to show you what the difference is. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it here, but we'll try it. We're going to try to do it without a tripod. Let's go ahead and lift you guys up a little bit, give you a little bit better of an angle. And first we'll do it without the lens. You can see the tail light of my truck possibly over here on the right hand side. You know, that yellow or that red lens there with the blue body. We can see part of that red lens, and then we can see just the sliver edge of the garage over here, the white edge of the garage, and of course everything in between. As far as height wise and as far as the low part, you can see just the edge of my tailgate here, you know, this gray tailgate. You can see the edge of that, and then we can see the tree as far as the boughs of the trees. Yeah, I think you can kind of get an idea of the range of what the factory camera is, which is pretty good. Again, it's a really good camera. But let's go ahead and see what it looks like with the lens on. All right, there you go. Look at that. I mean, that's much wider of a range. I mean, you're seeing much more of the tailgate. You're seeing almost the entire, well, you see the whole corner of the garage, and you're also seeing the garage door too. And then as far as the tree, look how much of the tree you're seeing at this point. I mean, that's a lot. There's quite a bit there that can be seen, and it's all because of this lens. I mean, it does a really good job. Before, I was never ever able to really do a good action cam shot like this, or an action cam look like this with the phone, to where you could see everything that's going on behind me. I could use the front-facing camera, the camera that is actually facing the person that has the phone and the screen, you know, in their vision. The problem is the lens on that is a little bit less as far as quality, and I always like the better quality lens and the capture that this one can do. So if you flip it around, now you don't know if you're in the shot. Well, I don't know if I'm in the shot or not, or where I'm at as far as being centered on the shot, but I can tell you right now, this lens is so wide of an angle, I'm sure I'm captured. I don't know that 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm captured. But more than capturing just me, I could go to this shot just to do a little bit of a talk, and then we could go to the outside shot and show you what's going on. So let's flip the camera around. So look at that shot. I mean, it is nice, good quality, wide angle, everything that it's supposed to be. And it's all because of this lens. So if you guys are wanting to use your phones to shoot, and you're trying to capture that action cam angle, it gives you more of the surroundings of the person that's shooting the video. That way you can get a good idea of what they're seeing, and you kind of get wrapped up in it. And of course this action cam does that for you, but sometimes we just have our phone, and I can keep this little lens in my pocket. It's not a big deal, but look how wide everything is. You can see how much we're capturing of the RV right now. You can see the auto parts store across the street there. You can see this building off to our right, and then you can see the shadows down below and the sky above, and the tree that's behind the RV too, the top of the tree. Let's go ahead and take the lens off and see what you can see that way. Now look, you can see part of the building. You can still see the tree, but you can't see the RV. We got to turn to the RV, and you can't see the top of the tree. Look, the top of the tree's way up there. And as far as the shadow, that's pretty much the same, because I kind of have the camera pointed down in that angle. And then the building, we lost a lot of the building whenever we went to this shot. So again, here's the shot with just the normal camera setup. And there's the shot with the lens. I mean, there's a huge difference there. So I've got a lens that's actually made for a case that's actually made for my phone. So you don't have to really worry about one of those clip-on deals or whatever. And like I said, the quality is exceptional. So whenever you guys are out and you're thinking about cameras again for shooting video, whenever you're out RVing, you can get away with a lot using your phone, but adding a lens like this in a case will allow you to do a little bit more. So much to the point where, again, I don't even know if you need action cams anymore. It's getting amazing what these phones can do with very little effort. And I mean, the photos that this thing takes, even with this wide angle lens, is really good too. But I just wanted to talk about that. We're going to pick this up another day. We've got a bunch of stuff going on inside the RV. Not much more than what we last reported on, but we're getting there basically. Heidi's going to be off all day tomorrow, and we'll get some more stuff done, hopefully. We'll see. Next day, YouTube. Heidi's out working in the RV already, just like I knew she would be. I did some spray painting over there myself, and I've got that wiring project still going on. Let's go see what she's doing inside the RV. As far as I know, she is painting... Oh, you're painting the cabinet now. Oh, I didn't know that. Busy beaver. So she's painted inside here on the ceiling. Get a little bit more white. Hey, you only splattered just a little bit of paint, honey. You did good in here. I was surprised. And that was quick. It's very dry out, isn't it? Yeah, we're only talking percentages. Oh, I don't even know. Let's see if this thing's even right. It says 67%, but I don't believe that's the case. It's pretty dry. Today's high is going to be 81. She's done the valances. I know you guys haven't seen much of those, have you? What do you think? I think she did a really good job on it. It's going to tie things in places that, like over here, we're going to cover that up. She's thinking about covering up the skirt for the couch. The new love seat has a lower thing that we need to be concerned about. But I asked her specifically if she could paint inside this cabinet. I didn't know she was already on the second coat because it's so dark in there and there's really no light getting to that. Maybe with our new lights that I install. We also...
you need to stay away from those cabinets.
Well, did I bump them?
I don't know.
Oh, you already put this valance up. Nice. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see that because the lighting coming from outside, but yeah, that's pretty nice. Creations by Heidi. She needs to paint up here without getting it on her valance now, which I'm sure she can do that. And I think over here needs painted a little bit. Oh no, it's already done. Good. So I'll be reinstalling stuff, but I'm working on the back. I'm gonna let her paint because she gets a lot more done when I'm not around involved. And I'm back here trying to figure out how I want to do this light. Now, the easiest way by far for me to make this camera work, and I'm saying by far, is just tie into those wires for that center light and mount the camera. Yeah, problem is the camera only comes on then when the lights are on, and I don't know if I necessarily want it to be that way only, although when we travel we always have our lights on. Yeah, I haven't decided yet, but yeah, I'm shooting the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my installation video that I've still been doing. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's happening so far today, what the weather's like. Look at this trash. This tree that has been here forever. It was a Rose of Sharon. Maybe that's what it is. Rose of Sharon, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It just slowly has been dying over the years. And Heidi said, oh, it's because you got all that junk over there. This junk just showed up here this year. The only thing I keep over here is some bricks. That's all. It's just one of those things. It was time for it to die. We had a couple of, we called them cherry trees, but they weren't really cherries. They put off some sort of a cherry round blossom though. We had two of them, and you could kind of see about where they were. One of them was there for sure. I know one of them was right where that divot area is, and the other one was a lot closer to the shed that used to be here. It was right about in here because we actually took it down because it was destroying the top of that shed that used to sit here. I don't know if I showed you guys that. I might have showed that in a previous video. If not, I'll put some sort of clip in here. Maybe I can show you a picture of what it took for us to get it out of here. The shed is gone. I don't know if you remember the shed, but yeah, it sat there. We had it at our garage sale, and there's a bunch of people interested in it, but it took a ad on Craigslist for about a week, and somebody wanted it for their chickens. It was a lot of work though. I'll put some clips in here. You can see what it took for us to load it up. It was quite a task because it went on a dump trailer, and unfortunately the dump trailer didn't have a way to lower itself once something was on the tail of it. So we had to jack it up, and I had to use the winch in the back of my truck to get it up in there. And anyways, it's gone. So what's that mean? That means that our camper now can set further back. But anyways, we had two big trees and they were dying. They just started dying. So we took them down, and of course we replant every time we take a tree down, although we haven't for that. We were ahead of the game anyways, because this big tree here, I don't know how exciting this is. Being RVers, who cares about our property, huh? This tree here was a volunteer. They came off one of the whirly gigs off of that big tree, which Heidi's grandfather planted. He brought those up in the back of his car from West Virginia as little saplings, and he planted 3. That's the only one remaining, and the other 2 were just as big as that one. That's a volunteer, also from the whirly gigs from that big tree. We bought that tree from Home Depot. It was just a little tiny thing, and I had it in the back of my pickup truck. Even with a cap, I had it in the back of my pickup truck. Then we we put in that smoke bush that's over there in the front yard to replace a big tree that used to be there. And we used to have bushes all around the front. So we went ahead and planted, or allowed to grow, these 4 trees. We only removed 1 out of the front yard. These are all volunteer trees from stuff that was tore down a long time ago. I like the tree the way it looks. This tree way back here, we planted to replace one of the cherries that we lost, and then I put those 2 trees in. They were just little tiny saplings that came in the mail. It was one of these Arbor Day things. So this tree here though, it's, ugh, I hate mowing around it. Look at those big bad boys. Those things stab me all the time when I go mowing, and it catches my arm and stuff. So this one came down. We're probably going to have to plant a tree somewhere to make up for it. And I just pulled it out of the ground. We didn't use a chainsaw or anything. All I did was grab it and just pull it over. It just broke right off. Of course, I could take all that thing to the scrapyard. The problem with scrapyards is you get money for your metal and stuff, but you got to have a lot, first of all, to make it worthwhile. And why I say that, because you know, the weight of the metal shouldn't make a difference if it's 1 pound or, you know, 1,000 pounds, is because one of these tires cost quite a bit of money. I think I'm into the $250 range for each tire, something like that, maybe a little bit more. If I run over a screw or a nail or something like this, stuff that I dump while I am dropping off all my scrap metal, whatever money I get for the scrap metal goes to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's cost me that much money to replace the tire that got destroyed whenever I went through the junkyard. So I usually wait until I get a lot more. Like I said, it's kind of a catch-22. All right, back to video shooting. All right, so the camera's mounted. Again, I'm doing an installation video on that. You guys can watch that at a later time. And Heidi's in here working. She's doing everything she can to start putting stuff back together. She's got all these cabinet doors on here, which I think look really nice. You did a good job there. I'll give you an A+. She's putting stuff in the cabinets like we need to be doing that. And as far as the bathroom, I need to install stuff in here. Of course, we already saw the ceiling. But she's got a lot of stuff done, but I was having her help me with this camera install because we needed to adjust that camera, which kind of was a pain in the butt. But yeah, we're actually getting some stuff done. I think you need to go on vacation again, and we'll get it all done in a few days. What do you think about that?
Yep.
So I've got to disconnect my truck here. I've got it hooked up so I could power the camera and check out the camera because it's running off our lights. And she was working on this cover. I forgot to show you guys this, that love seat that we got. This is the lower connection that it connects to. And it did have vents in it because whatever it was in had some sort of duct work connected to it, which she's just going to cover all this up. And there's the skirt for our couch, which she's going to cover that up. But I do need to get this out of the way. She can go back to work then because she's got stuff ironed out. But yeah, actually getting some stuff done. I'm still pretty surprised. Oh yeah, I gotta put all that stuff up too. And of course, it's such a nice day out and it's so dry, we're actually doing our laundry outside today. So that's gonna do it for us today. We're gonna pick this up again. We have days that we do little, have days we do a lot. Today's a day we actually got some stuff done. All right, you feel good about it?
Yep.
All right, so we'll pick this up another day. So we'll see you in just a quick bit. Did you want to do the countdown for the day?
What am I supposed to say?
Seriously, we had bloopers on that.
Was it 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, sure. Count to 25,000, and then we'll switch to the new day. How do you do it?
3, 2, 1.
Bam! New day, and I'm already out working. Look at this. Warriors come out to play. You guys see that movie? Yeah, we're working, and I mean Heidi's working and at work, and I'm working here. So I'm waiting for a camera to be delivered for my truck. Last night after we left you guys, I installed the new thermostat, and you can watch videos online. I just took a chance. I took the red wire, which is power, or I figured it was power, and I connected it to the R, and then I took the white wire and I connected it to W, and I don't think that those colors have anything to do with what's normal, but it just worked out that way. And I was watching a video that kind of said the same thing. You know, I watch videos too to tell me maybe how to do stuff. So anyways, all this is for is just heat. Even though it says something about cool here, you can see that it's just heat, and it does have batteries in it, so it lights up a little bit, but it is definitely a lot faster than the old one. I mean, you just put it on heat, give it a couple seconds, and it actually fires up. It's going to be nice because it's digitally controlled, so I don't have to worry about that huge temperature swing. Look guys, we're hooking up. We're going to go camping. Not. I thought I'd give you guys an update as far as what's going on today. And it's me hooking up the trailer lights and screwing around with my camera. Check that out. Again, I'm doing an installation video. We'll show you what that's all about whenever I get there. But it's kind of cool. I like the way that it looks. You know, it's pretty inexpensive considering the alternatives that are out there. Some of those cameras are just crazy mad money. Got the air running because it's a little warm out there. But yeah, check that out. It's nice. That isn't my view from the RV, obviously, but I need to go play around with these lines in the driveway now. Let's see. I'm gonna pull the truck. Oh, I forgot. I gotta mow the lawn, guys. I gotta mow the lawn still. Yeah, I think the ball of the trailer is just about where I want it to be in the camera view, so that makes it easier. I just got to figure out how close I am to everything whenever these lines are showing, you know, like they are. Plus, I want to see how far I can see behind me. Let's go ahead and move it on up. Yeah, this is different. My backup cameras I had before always came on with, you know, with the reverse lights. And this one you can just turn on whenever you want. I don't know, that might be pretty decent. I could raise the camera just a little bit though. Anyways, there's the view. I'm going to screw around. I'm going to mark these lines. I'm going to measure them out. After I don't know. I kind of like where the adjustment is, where the ball height is right now. Maybe I'll leave that there. The thing is I could see further behind me, but do I really need to see that much further behind me? Probably not. Heidi would say no. She goes, why do you need to see way down the road? And she's right. Why do I need to see way down the road? Yeah. Well, anyways, this is coming up on a future video. It's going to be a little while because I need to hook up and tow the RV and check out night vision. Maybe I could do night vision just on the truck here and get an idea, but I also have to, I've got a wired system I got to put on my son's van yet, so yeah, it's going to be a little while. I still haven't wired this in either. I still got it all on the floor. And I still have to mow the lawn. See what I'm saying? I just got a lot of stuff to do. Well, I finally got the lawn mowed. Yes. Wasn't that it was hard, it's just I was trying to find the time. It's warm today. It's going to rain though. We're supposed to have lightning and some storms today, possibly. And then it's going to be kind of cool and dry again. I'm so glad I got the grass mowed. As far as the truck and the camera setup, I can't show you that quite yet as far as the review, because I need to try it out, and I still haven't done the wiring, which is real easy to do. That's probably why I haven't done it, because it's easy to do. As far as the inside of the RV, we're not going to show you anything. Heidi wants to keep the big reveal a secret. You guys might catch little glimpses here and there, but for the most part, there's nothing really we can show you inside that, you know, like how to or what we're doing. It's pretty straightforward. We kind of explained everything. We've gone over it way too much already, so we'll hold off until it's all finished and show you the reveal. I mean, we are getting that close. Heidi's got some fabric issues that she's dealing with, and trying to figure out how to coordinate the different materials of the couches. You know, one is a soft leather, and we like the way it feels and everything, but it doesn't match anything inside the RV. The other couch, we like how comfortable the couch is, but it doesn't match anything that's in there, so those two things have to be addressed. I have to mount the love seat in there still. And I do have one other thing that I might be doing. The generator fits nicely from this point here over to almost this point. It kind of overhangs just a little bit right here. I was actually contemplating, because this is built so strong and welded on here so well, cutting these cross braces out. Now I can get to these snap-up brackets just fine. You can see the height here. Once you get to past a certain point, I mean, it snaps up, especially when there's no pressure on there. But I was thinking about cutting these off and just extending angle directly across, nice and square. It would make it easier for me to screw on or attach some sort of a plate. For example, we would have a straight piece of angle across here, so I could just put a piece of what do you want to call it, aluminum plate, aluminum diamond plate across the back. And I could also do the same over here, make this aluminum diamond plate across here, and it's square. Everything's square at that point. Then I can vent that diamond plate, or I can put vents on it. I mean, you got to get creative when you do this stuff, but it would make it a little bit easier. Now on the front here, I'd have to make some sort of a removable plate that would make it easy for me to access the panel, you know, and fire everything up, and if I have to pull start it, to pull start it, and whatever. And then I could put the panel back down to cover it up, to protect it. And of course, everything would have a lid. So that's what I'm contemplating. Again, one of those things that makes these projects just drag on and on. So I'm going to close out the video. Finally, it went awful long. Sorry about that. And if you're interested in any of the items I talked about, I'm going to try to put the links down below. Click the links. It'll take you to Amazon, do your shopping, take a peek at that stuff. If you haven't checked out our other accounts, look at Facebook or Instagram under RV Daydream. and you'll see photos as we go along. Now, I don't know if Heidi's going to be posting any more photos than what she did the other day. Again, like I said, she wants to kind of make it a nice grand reveal, and I don't know how people feel about that, but I agreed. I told her, sure, why not? So we're going to close this out. As always, guys, we really appreciate you stopping in and checking in with us, and we hope to see you out there. Bye.